bricks or masonry materials can absorb water. Now there is important to look at this. This is a normal testing that actually done by the architects or engineers to look at it. Masonry, as you know, is being used to break your wall. Okay, so it could be internal wall, it could be external wall. Now we worry when it's been used as an external wall. So one of the reasons is that it's going to be exposed to the weather. Okay, so especially on a rain, so it has to have a certain capacity to absorb the water finished from the rain, as I said. So basically the ability to absorb that is important, because that we don't want it to actually the whole walls to be damaged, because that it could not sustain that absorption. Okay, now in this laboratory you'll be using we're going to look at 3 types of brick. This one is a clay brick. The colors is different because the materials used for this type of brick is actually from the clay. The second brick is silica, okay, calcium silica. Is actually made from limestone. Okay, and the third brick is concrete brick. Now this is basically made from cement and sand. Okay, the reason we have 3 samples here is that we want to check the different level of absorption from these 3 bricks. We are also going to look at how much the moisture, the water is being transferred. When it keeps in the brick, you know that later on, as its contract expand, is going to break the bricks. Right, that's one of the reasons. Okay, we're going to use the ruler. Okay, as part. Now I would suggest that when you comes in, and before you start any of your laboratory, please wear a glove so that you don't damage your beautiful hand. Now for this part, the first part is that you take the bricks. We will make it ready for you here on the table. So take the bricks. Now as you actually go into your own groups, so what you need to do is that you need to measure this brick. Now before you measure the brick, make sure that the brick is completely dry. If it's not dry and you feel that it's wet, this is where you use the oven. Now put the brick in the oven for 15 minutes to 30 minutes. Okay, at a temperature of 105. So we will measure the dimensions of these bricks, okay, each of the bricks, okay, to get the volume. Okay. We also need to measure the weight of this brick. Okay, first you must make sure that you set this to 0. That is all 0. Okay. So take this. There should be nothing here. Okay. Make sure that is 0. Okay. And you take the weight. Make sure that you standardize. If you use gram, use throughout the calculations in gram. If you use kilogram, make sure you use the kilogram. So the initial weight, you need to record it. Okay, make sure you record it. Okay. And then after that, you submerge this brick into the water tank. All the 3 bricks, you put it in the water. Okay. Make sure that it's fully immersed in the water. Okay. Okay. After 2 hours, we took back all the bricks out. Okay. Make sure that you try to wipe out the excess water. Okay, with a available cloth, and then re-measure back each of the bricks. So you take the dimensions, the measurement of the dimensions to get the volume after submissions, and then weight this brick again to get the weight after it has immersed in the water for 2 hours. And then you need to get not only the volume but also the weight. Okay. After that, you measure again the volume and the weight of each of the brake. Okay. Now these results you need to put in a table. So please refer to your laboratory manual. Okay, we will upload it. It's already uploaded in the Webble. In the lab manual, there's introductions on the test, so you have a background idea what the test is all about. Please read this manual before you actually enter your lab session. Okay, in this manual also we'll discuss, okay, on how you do the procedures again, and then you have to answer the questions given there. Okay, so that is lab 1.